Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Gemini in mid-January 2021. What is going on, Gemini? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. All right, folks, welcome to mid-January. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world right now, Gemini, you're safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love. Kind of a crazy start to the year here in the States. If whatever is going on in your life, again, please be safe, make good choices. Gemini, treat people well, treat people how you want to be treated, okay? Yeah. Anyway, card flipped over here before we got started, so it is the Wheel of Fortune. Secondary major for Sagittarius. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but Gemini, some of your fortunes, they're shifting, they're changing, so the wheel might be turning in your favor or not in your favor. It all depends on where you are in your personal journey, but I feel like the bigger message there for several of you guys is that this is your destined path. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're experiencing, and that's not me co-signing on it, it's just how I'm interpreting that card and the energy that I'm feeling at this moment. It is by design, okay? That's what that feels like. But anyway, any other announcements? No, not really. Yeah, man, just make good choices, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it, Gemini. Let's get you some stuff. Oh, the regular spiel. Anything you want, it's in the description box. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there. Any questions before you place an order, just email me. I'll answer you as soon as I can. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, the link is down below as well, okay? Let's get you a story, Gemini. What's going on with Gemini in mid-January 2021? What is going on with Gemini in mid-January 2021? Please show me the messages. Gemini mid-January, show me. Thank you. Oh. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Do it like that. Alright, guys. First card out was saw that in the pre-shuffled Tower, Devil. And the Sun. What? 3 majors. Big things, big moves. And you had the Wheel of Fortune flip out in the pre-shuffle, right? Or in the opening, yeah? But okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So Tower, secondary major for Aries, also sometimes associated with Scorpio. Devil, major arcana for Capricorn, could be dealing with a Capricorn, don't have to be. And Sun, same deal, major arcana for Leo, secondary major for Leo, could be dealing with any of those signs, none of them at all. You know, take it all with a grain of salt, reinterpret, you know, use your own discernment, do all that stuff. But this is some bullshit. But the Sun is, it's kind of overpowering what has come out here with the Devil in the Tower card. So I feel the Sun, you know, no pun intended, very, very obvious, is the bright spot of this opening for you, okay? Tower and Devil. Something is coming down hard. Tower card. Whoom, to the ground, crashing to the ground. And it has to do with what has been in place that is sour, in place that is toxic, in place that is detrimental for you, for other people, for whatever's going on in your life. This could be very personal, just within yourself. This could all be self-contained energy. This could be in your relationships with friends, family, lovers, business partners, what have you. This could be on a bigger scale as well, because what is that? That's a skyscraper, okay? You know, in a tower normally in tarot shows a tall building or a tall structure anyway. But, you know, the impact of the falling of a tower, the implosion, the demolition of a tower is more, again, impactful to a bigger group of people than, say, the demolishing of a home or, you know, any 2 or 3 story building. This is ridiculously however many floors this building is depicted as, right? So there's this bringing it down because it had a faulty foundation, or something just wasn't right here from the beginning. This was like, okay, it's so weird, but I choose. I shouldn't say I choose. With my guides, we choose the decks because they guide me, and hence they're guides. And I was nudged to do this deck, and it's January, and this is the zombie tarot deck. It's totally not the season to be talking about zombies, but what I'm getting here is it was not right from the beginning. Like, oh, very strong, but I'll address it. This is giving me like, you know, not to ruin the movie or anything, but this is giving me like the plot of the movie Poltergeist. If you're familiar with it, cool. If not, and you don't want it spoiled, skip over this or plug your ears or do something. But the plot of that movie is there's essentially a haunting, a poltergeist, terrorizing a family because the house was built on burial grounds. The house was built over a cemetery. Essentially, the land and the project that was built upon the land was cursed. Now, what am I going to address? Gemini, goddamn, let's do it. What's happening here in the States? What's happening across the globe? It's a reckoning. It's a reckoning. You can't, and you can say what you want, and I haven't politicized my channel on purpose, and in this moment I'm going to politicize it. You can't have this country or any other country, if you look at the history of humanity, okay, and the history of other nations and empires, you can't have them built on the backs, built on the life and death of a certain segment of people, and there be no reckoning. You just can't. You just can't. Those chickens will always come home to roost. So, I'm not going fully into it, because I don't think that's what's going to resonate with most of you, because, I mean, it might relate, and you might be able to see a mirroring there or some type of parallel experience with what's going on the macro scale, with what might be going on in the micro scale in terms of your personal day-to-day life. But you cannot have any nation, not just this one that I live in, by happenstance, by the luck of the draw, I just happen to live in the United States, okay? You can't have any nation throughout human history that was built on the backs of other people's suffering, on other people's lives. You can't have people progress and others stay suppressed and repressed and oppressed and not come to a point of reckoning with the tower. It's impossible. It's not just America. Other nations have gone through it too. It's not just people based on any race or ethnicity. Plenty of people, regardless of what you look like, have gone through similar experiences throughout human history. I'm just going to leave it at that, because I'm not here to teach history. I'm not qualified to do it, but go ahead and mark it. Go ahead and look in the history books. It always comes to this. So that's where you are, Gemini, in the reckoning. And the reckoning is tied, this tower moment being pulled out, this rug pulled out from under you, this upheaval that you're experiencing, that you're witnessing, is due to toxicity, is due to an unhealthy attachment to something. An idea, a behavior, a substance, because I want to get it away from that political thing. That's just an overarching, like, again, it's like a little bit of a parallel. It's a little bit of a parallel, in my opinion, but you don't have to agree, and that's fine. But in your personal life, we have problems. We have problems that have gone unaddressed. What's that word? I can't even say it right. Mestasticized? That's not, I don't think I'm saying that right. But something that has gone unchecked for a long time. For a long time, because we felt duty bound to it. The devil, that Capricorn influence, can talk about what you're supposed to do because of expectation, what you're supposed to do because of your role in the world, or your role in the family, your role in the community, your role with your friends, whatever. Because of who you are, Gemini, comma, the boyfriend, Gemini, comma, the school teacher, Gemini, comma, the stripper down at, Quincy's, whatever you are, whoever you are, because of who you are, you fulfilled or at least stayed loyal to a role because of obligation and expectation. Whether you fed it to yourself, but more than likely it was fed by someone else. So because you are Gemini, comma, the boyfriend, Gemini, comma, the annoying little sister, whatever it is, you now have a belief of yourself that you become tied to. that was initiated by others. Whether that's a good expectation of character or your role, or a bad detrimental or restrictive, perception. It's all relative to your specific experience. Please reinterpret. Please use your discernment. But the Tower and the Devil, peas in a pod, really. Because this is pivotal. This is majorly pivotal for you, Gemini. And again, you could even see the parallels across the world, across our political landscape at this time. And cultural landscape. It's not even just about politics. It's all of it. Now, these are, even though in the tarot and in what I've been talking about, it sounds really daunting. It sounds really inconceivable. It sounds so, just like out of a freaking, dramatic movie, a suspenseful movie, or like a freaking TV show or something. No, this is real life. And sometimes this is what happens. And it's all fine. It's all, what did I say? When the Wheel of Fortune came out, what did I say? Designed. It's divinely designed to do this, to operate this way. So, and I said that too when the wheel came out. I said that some of you, fortune will be turning in your favor. Others of you, fortune will be turning against you. And that's how you'll feel, or that's how you'll perceive it, or, and that's how you react, and that's fine. But that's all by design. That's not me saying you deserve or whatever. I have no dog in that fight. I don't weigh in on that. But to me, it's sort of like what the Wheel of Fortune often can be attributed to is a clock, is the passage of time. We don't know. Tomorrow's not promised to us as individuals, but as far as we know, until the sun decides, in our galaxy at least, until the sun decides to quit on us, time and the perception of time is just going to continue, right? So this feels true in that it's a long time that these two energies have coexisted with each other, copacetically. But the ironic part is, as the Tower was built up and up and up and up and up, and it's made taller and taller and taller, the stakes become higher when it's time for this tower to come down. So you may have built up a friendship, put a lot of emphasis into this friendship or family relationship or dating situation, marriage, whatever. You may have years and years and years and years and years and years stacked up on top of each other with someone, invested with someone. And along the way, that investment may have become toxic, may have become troublesome to you or detrimental to you. And now that it is time to dismantle it, what did I say earlier? The taller the building, the more impact and potential danger or repercussions there are if it comes crashing down uncontrollably, which in some of your cases, that is exactly what's happening. It's coming down uncontrollably, okay? And again, I cannot argue with the energy. It feels like that's the point, Gemini. It feels like that's the point. For you personally, for that person personally, if you're a Gemini in the Tower, and that's the other thing, I want to address this. The Tower can be good, because we're going to talk about this. For some of you, this Tower moment is a blessing. Not even a blessing in disguise. Okay? For others of you, it's a blessing in disguise. It's going to be a bit of a hard pill to swallow. It's going to be, a bit of a bitter medicine. No spoonful of sugar to follow it up with. Okay? For others of you, the Tower is happening and it's like a release. It's being released from something, because the Devil can be a restrictive energy, can be a tethered energy. I don't know about you. Well, let's not get into it. But I don't know if you've ever felt restricted physically in whatever way we're talking. Good, whatever. But sometimes if you want to move your body, but you can't. Like, let's say an airplane or a train or a bus or anything like that. And you've got the middle seat, the dreaded middle seat. You can't move, you can't stress, you have no armrests, whatever, right? The moment you can get out of the middle seat, isn't it a relief? That 5-hour flight, that 16-hour flight, whatever it is, it's such a damn relief when you can get the fuck out of there. That's going to happen for some of you because you have been in something that hasn't been good for you. Person, place, situation, mindset, behavior, what have you, culture, belief, conviction, whatever. Okay, I don't know which way it's going for you. But you remove yourself from it, or it is removed by the powers that be, since you have 3 major arcana. So this is happening cosmically. For many of you, you have not near a piece of control. It's in God's hands, the Lord's hands, the universe's hands, Spirit's hands, whatever. Okay? And the moment, whether you realize it or not, whether it tastes great going down or it's the nastiest thing you're going to have to put in your mouth, as of late, it will eventually lead to this sun energy. This is a lot just for 3 cards. So this sun energy is the light after, or what is that? I'm hearing a lyric. What is that? And the darkest hour is just before dawn. What is that? Who's that? And the darkest hour is... Oh, the Mamas and the Papas. Wow. What song is that? This is dedicated... Okay. This dedicated to the one I love. So, for some of you, this could be the dissolving of a love relationship. Or the beginning of one. I don't really know where you are in the story. But because that's more of a love song than, anything else, maybe for some of you this is the ending of a particular love relationship. Devil can sometimes talk about that, being tied to commitments, okay? And that's fine, whatever. So the darkest hour is just before dawn. Here's the dawn. And in this card, in this deck, again, this is a zombie apocalypse theme. What do we see here? A rescue vessel, a rescue chopper, trying to get out of this hellscape. Okay? So, in time, as, again, the Wheel of Fortune came out earlier, you'll see a brighter day out of this, Gemini. But and this can be reinterpreted so many ways, so that's why I kind of leave it open to you, because I know what I believe, but I dare not try to force you guys to believe what I believe. It's up for you to discern what the sun is. It's up for you to discern what that light at the end of the tunnel or that light after a dark night is going to be. Dark night. Maybe some of you are doing Dark Night of the Soul, or you're experiencing, or someone around you is experiencing this. But that's a little bit of a stretch. That, these together don't equal a lot of Dark Night of the Soul to me, but we'll see, because, man, this was about 20 minutes talking about this. I apologize. I'm trying to keep the mids shorter than the overalls, but, your girl talks a lot anyway. But Geminis, you guys are chatty. You guys like to talk. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's see some more here. So what else is happening in this situation for Gemini? Also, see, I always do that. I always want to move on and then I have to come back. I also, as much as there are many people here, and I know there's other people here, you don't get to be in the devil energy by yourself. Nobody's born into this mindset of, oh, these are my roles, and these are the ways I have to show up, and these are the expectations. People put us in those situations, or the circumstances around us put us in these mindsets. I feel, though, when you get to the sun, some of you, this is a solo act. This is moving away from others. This is away from the company of others, away from the influence and impact, not impact, but the connection with others, and sort of like I don't want to say walking off into the sunset, but it's like, I feel like it's focally closing in on you, like the focus is drawn to one person, whereas the scope before we could see 15, 28 people, then we close it up a little bit, and now we see 10 people, 8 people, 4 people, 2 people, 1 person. It's like by the time you get to the sun, it's down, the focal point is on one individual. It's very interesting. All right, so let's see what else is going on here. For Gemini, please show me. This room is too hot now. Gotta go change the temperature. Alright, Justice, Nine of Cups, and 5 of Cups, Justice, 9 of Cups. Wow, okay, listen. Alright, straight up. Somebody here is going to run afoul of the law, justice in the center, and that makes some people happy and that makes other people quite miserable. That's the end of it. Okay. And I'm kind of being short with it because like that's smacking me in the face. Smacking me in the face. So someone here, 5 of Cups, not happy, very sad, very dismayed, very disappointed. Okay? Look, tears, all right? Over what is justice, what is being weighed out as fair, what is deemed the corrective action. And based upon what happens here, somebody's sad about it, and on the other side, somebody is all too pleased with it. So in many ways, Gemini, it feels like one person's misfortune is another person's fortune. And I kind of said that when the Wheel of Fortune came out in the beginning. And you as a collective of individual people who just happen to be born under the star sign of Gemini or Gemini moon, Gemini rising, whatever reason you're here to watch a Gemini reading, right? You collectively, some of you, I told you, the wheel, it's turning in your favor. Everything's a-okay. You're feeling good. Life is grand. Others of you, life feels like a big bowl of shit right now. And that is the way. That is the way. That's somehow balanced in terms of cosmic. In terms of what the stars, the universe, God, whatever you believe in or don't believe in. In terms of that view, that's great. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Some win, some lose. That's exactly right. Subjectively, if you're on the quote unquote, if you're on the losing side, okay, it don't feel great. And you're really dismayed about it. If you're on the winning side, you're kind of sitting over there smugly going, well, this is kind of what was, yeah, this makes sense. Now, in a personal sense, Gemini, what it feels like is, again, somebody's demise, somebody's pitfall, somebody's difficulty in life or difficulty in the situation. This removal, this tower moment, taking what no longer is serving, taking what was built on a fucking burial ground that never should have been constructed there in the first place and yanking it out, that is going to feel so crappy to somebody. But it's such a... It's like... I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this idea of like, well, it worked, but it was not right. Like going back to the Poltergeist thing. That movie. I think the line in that movie is, you moved the headstones. All you did was move the headstones. So basically, I think in that movie, I haven't seen it in so many years, but I think the premise is this construction company, this what do you call it, development company, where they build homes in suburbia. They bought the land. The land was occupied by people that were dead, and in order to continue with the construction, they simply moved the headstones and left the bodies in the ground. Hence the haunting of the poltergeists. They were really offended when you moved their headstones and built up all these houses over their dead bodies in their spirits, right? So it's like at that point in the movie, the person who's accosted, they don't understand what the big deal is. The headstones were in the way. Nobody knew that these bodies were here anyway, and we got the deal for cheap, or whatever his reasoning is. There's some energy here that is trying to reason away something that is egregious, something that was foul from the beginning. It was not built up on a good foundation from the beginning. But they still think, yeah, well, it could have worked out. No, it could not have. It could not have worked out. No. So, 5 of Cups, crying over spilled milk. Crying, ironically, in a damn cemetery, okay? Crying over spilled milk when you knew from jump it wasn't right. And if you don't know, this is your chance to look back and reflect and say, maybe this wasn't the best thing, or maybe this shouldn't have gone as far as it did. So again, to bring this back into more practical terms, or something that I think some of you can relate to, a long-time friendship, a long-time commitment that you have with a person, family, friend, lover, husband, wife, whatever. Possibly, definitely, possibly a marriage for some of you with the Justice card being here. You could have spent 20 years with somebody, 15 years with somebody, 58 years, I don't care. And every year that you tacked on top of the other made this even more of a not so great investment for you as an individual, or for them as an individual, or for the pair of you as a unit, whichever way you want to view it. And so if it's being dismantled or disrupted in some type of way, somebody here is like, but no, but yes. And again, I don't know the specifics, but I feel like someone views their situation as not that bad, or somebody here was getting something out of it. Devil, getting something out of it. Getting something out of the deal. So again, going back to this idea of constructing on top of, burial grounds, and okay, so that land was probably, I'm assuming, I don't know if this is in the story, in the movie, but I would presume land like that goes for cheap, because there's dead people in the fucking ground. That's not ample. That's not exactly where you want to build up, great infrastructure or family homes, but we'll sell it to you for cheap. So from the person who wants to invest in that land, that's a good deal. To them, they view it as a good deal. I got it for cheap. We can build these houses, sell it for higher profit than if we went over, several miles and got different acreage. You get me? It's like the principle of the matter is over their head. The indecency, the egregious act from the beginning is missed. But we are in a moment in history, in cosmic timing, where you have a chance to really look at this from a higher perspective, up in the damn helicopter, right? And see, oh, maybe it wasn't such a good idea to do that. So again, going back to this idea of like a long friendship or something like that. If you've been friends with a person, married to a person, whatever, for a long time, and along the way, they have done things that have gotten you in trouble, or you guys have had tensions, on again, off again, whatever it is. I'm just feeling different things here. And you stick with it, even though in, 12th grade, this person and you got into trouble with your local police because you guys were little hellions and you did a little bit of property damage, and that was when you were 17 years old. Flash forward, you go to college and this person hit you up for a lot of money, and like they're your roommate, but they don't pay the bills, and blah, 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 blah. And then flash forward a couple years later, and as soon as you break up with your ex, they're dating them right after you. Like, it has been shown to you over and over and over and over again that this person that you have a strong foundation with, that you have attachment with, is no good. Get rid. And the tower, most of the time, if not all the time, shows up when we don't make the move ourselves. The universe, God, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, steps in and says, let me handle this. You're not doing, step aside. Okay, come. There you go. So, someone else here sees it. Sees that this was right. This upheaval, this change of fortune is correct. Possibly is a wish fulfillment, since Nine of Cups traditionally talks about wish fulfillment. Now, I doubt the person who's experiencing the brunt of the tower is the Nine of Cups person. It's possible. I'm not easily connecting with how that could fit in here. So I really feel this is another person, like a third or a fourth person, removed from the central action, who's just like snug, happy to see this developing as it is, and justice in the middle. There's, that's sort of innate to the idea of justice or legal systems. There's a guilty party, there's an innocent party. One side gets the victory, the other side gets the defeat. It's not normal in terms of typical, it's not typical that the losing side is going to walk out the courtroom smiling. It's usually the winning side that is smiling. That's, yeah, you get me. You get what's going on here. What is the advice? Because we got to wrap this up. What is the advice here for Gemini regarding the situation, please? What is the advice regarding the situation for Gemini? Please show me. And 4 majors out of your 6. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. What's the advice for Gemini going forward with the situation? Eight of Hazards. Okay. So due diligence, be mindful. Best practices is another phrase that's coming in here. Use your head. I mean, this head is locked up in this jar of whatever. So I feel in many of your cases, this is going to be hindsight is 2020. Ha 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 ha, because we're in 2021. Ha ha, you guys are so cute. But hindsight will be 2020 in many of your cases. And if it's not hindsight, because things are getting level, quote unquote level, because of the tower coming down. What happens when you take a building down, when you demolish it? It makes the ground level. You can do something again. You can leave it as an open lot, whatever. So after that reset is done, there's a chance to smartly proceed forward. 8 of Hazards, aka 8 of Pentacles. I don't know if I said that. So use your noggin, be smart, make good investments. In some of your cases, it's not that it's about money, but there might be some monetary influence or reward or potentiality here to earn, if not money, to build towards something tangible, it feels like. But more than anything, if you, Gemini, have been skirting the subject, having a different mindset about things. I think that this is like being really, for lack of a better word, smart. Like wising up. Because 8 of Hazards, 8 of Pentacles is being dedicated to and researching and fulfilling your curiosity. Showing that you have some type of willingness to learn, willingness to work hard or grow. So this is a chance for you or someone else to grow up. I didn't want to say grow up, like the up just really like jammed, like rushed out of my mouth just then. I just wanted to say chance to grow, but that's how they want me to say it, to grow up. This is a chance for somebody to grow up. Okay? Gemini, that's your reading for mid-January. If you like this, if it resonated with you, like the video, leave a comment. I love to read your guys' comments. If you want to subscribe to the channel and you haven't done so already, that would be greatly appreciated. Any and all of that stuff is appreciated, by the way. Gemini, I'll be back soon to do your February readings. If you want to get at me in the meantime for a personal, again, check the description box below for information on how to do that. And I'm kicking around this idea of doing something new here on the channel. If so, I think I'll premiere it sometime soon, maybe in February or something like that. So be on the lookout for that if you are interested, okay? Gemini, I appreciate you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you so much. Take care.